If you like the video, then please consider supporting Slopes Game Room on Patreon.
I wanna take you for a ride.
We all have the ability to start a crowdfunding campaign, the ability to make a video and sell our brilliant new idea to the world. And although sometimes that works out pretty great, other times not so much. And today we're gonna get virtually stoned around the campfire and preach our opinions on how the government is like totally watching us, dude, and that nuclear holocaust is like fully on its way, man. Yes, it is time to lock ourselves in our attic, don our finely crafted tinfoil hat and go a little bit more insane with every passing day whilst we delve deep and try to explain how the Beatles never existed, how Barack Obama can control the weather, how Jay-Z is a time-travelling vampire, how the moon doesn't exist, how DJ Slope and Larry Bundy Jr. are the same person, and best of all, how Saved by the Bell was a vehicle for the Illuminati. Yes, everything I just said is actually believed by someone.
I wanna take you for a ride.
And today, we're going to look at 4 instances of these like-minded weirdos that took it upon themselves to prove their theories with the power of Kickstarter, and Indiegogo, and GoFundMe. So, stop wasting your time listening to classic Blink-182 songs like Alien Exists, because ex-whiny voiced frontman Tommy here, who was actually 2017's UFO Researcher of the Year, is crowdfunding a bloody spaceship. Oh boy, you can have that one for free, Kick Scammer fans. I think it's time we just get on with it. Hi everybody, I'm DJ Slope from Slope's Game Room, and this is 4 failed Kickstarter conspiracy theories. The truth is out there. Probably. What would you do if the world ended? God, that's a nice way to start an episode, right? Calm down there, Slopes. Nope, we gotta take this stuff seriously. What if a nuclear holocaust went down? An earthquake? EMPs? What would you do? Well, let's be honest with ourselves. We'd all pretty much be dead. You know what we should have done? We really should have prepared for something like this and got ourselves a nice little nuclear bunker full of baked beans. Well, lucky for us, Stephen Lawson seems to know something we don't, and he's got our backs. Thanks, Stephen. Introducing the Induratus, an under-shelter system designed to look after 500 lovely humans for up to 3 years. And best of all, you can sign up via Kickstarter. The Induratus was a $4,945,000 Canadian dollar project that, like I said, was designed to protect up to 500 people. And if we was going to do the maths, that's roughly about $9,890 each. To be fair, that's not all that bad for 3 extra years of life. Let's be honest, you're not going to actually be paying for anything when you're down there, are you? Well, that's where you would be wrong. Because whilst your silly friends and families are dying up in agonising pain above the surface, you and 499 clever investors get to live out the Holocaust in style, as the bunker would feature a spa with steam room, restaurants, bars, refreshments, swimming pool, including angel statues of course, a lounge deck, beauty care, don't forget all that important technology. You even got the all-important Asian beach and thermal baths. You literally have everything you need to live a life of luxury whilst the world dies and repairs itself, hopefully, within 3 years above you. There is just one, well actually there's quite a few problems, but the big one is that I can't find any mention on this bloody campaign that actually states that a spot will be reserved for me, the backer. Nope. None of the reward tiers actually secure you a spot. But instead, you can slap down $1,000 and get yourself a nice Indurator's cap showing a sun rising over the Earth. Bloody hell, I hope postage is included in the world's most expensive hat. Actually, the most expensive hat in the world is the Pope's tiara, which is worth an estimated 10 million, but that doesn't work for the joke. The only other tier you will find is a whopping $7,950, where you can get a nice colour laminated picture showing system components integrated into one picture. Absolutely crazy. So, who's this for? I don't know. The Kickstarter, without a video again, reads more like a construction document than a crowdfunding page, and apparently Stage 1, which included all the system components, has already been purchased for $450,000. And if this is true, you gotta give Steven credit for believing in his project that much. However, he probably shouldn't had. Not only did this wafty goal of almost 5 million Canadian dollars obviously not hit its goal with only one backer slapping down $1, but sadly less than 2 years later Steven appeared again. Not on Kickstarter, but instead on GoFundMe. Turns out Steven no longer has any money and is now living in his Toyota. The GoFundMe campaign needs a hefty $46,700 for some reason, and well, it's far from it. Reading through the updates is pretty upsetting in all honesty. This guy's lost his family because his wife left him for a younger model, he got fired, pranksters messed up his car, profilers destroyed his car, and if the whole thing is true, it's not only strange, but a really sad ending for our first conspiracy theorist. This rather clever fellow is Bobby Ray Simmons Jr., better known by his stage name B.O.B. Yes, that moderately successful rapper who had such hit singles as Nothing on You featuring the incredible Bruno Mars, and of course Airplanes featuring the amazing Hayley Williams. Yes, that's me. Not many big hits happened for poor old B.O.B. after these worldwide smashes, mind you, and let's be honest, hearing about them, well, that's not why you're here. Nope. And thankfully for you guys, when Bobby's not creating global smash hits about aeroplanes, he's on a mission to prove that the Earth is flat. Yep, the global superstar, I repeat, the global superstar, actually believes that when he's touring the world, he's doing it on a flat surface with NASA agents at the edge stopping people falling off. So, what does this have to do with Kickstarter? Nothing, because this time we're going to be going back to GoFundMe. For only $200,000, Mr. Simmons here will prove that the Earth is flat with satellites, weather balloons and drones and stuff.
What's up, y'all? It's Flat Earth Bob here. I'm starting this GoFundMe because I would like to send one, if not multiple, satellites as far into space as I can, or into orbit as I can, to find the curve. I'm looking for the curve.
That was before he realised that $200,000, oh, it just wasn't enough, and he changed that end goal to a nice round million. Or should I say, flat million, hey? If you are not following B.O.B. on your social media of choice, then perhaps now is the time to do so. The reason I say this is that B.O.B. often tweets out some rather interesting things. You can find him arguing about his flat earth theory, you got moon landing theories, celebrity cloning, and plenty of other whack job opinions. In other words, if a conspiracy theory exists, Bob probably believes it. And sadly for him, those outlandish beliefs have actually oozed into the rapper's releases, whereas other bad boy MCs have beef with rival gangs resulting in drive-bys and the occasional mother cussing. B.O.B., ain't got no time for that whack fake news, and instead he created the song Flatline, which was his way of dissing the psychiatrist Neil deGrasse Tyson, who just so happens to be the scientist that tried to explain to B.O.B. that the world isn't flat, right in front of B.O.B.'s worldwide homies on Twitter. But that's not all he raps about. You got the Holocaust denial, mirror lizards, Freemasons, indoctrinating young people, and best of all, how science is actually a cult. So where does this leave Flat Earth Bob's GoFundMe page? Well, it leaves it far from its $1 million goal. However, it does surprise me that 229 people actually believe in the experiment. But hey, they actually do. So, will Bobby ever hit his goal? No, of course he won't. Well, not without a wish right now. 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 Wish right now.
Do you remember hearing about that strange star that astronomers found recently? You know, the one that could be explained by a giant swarm of comets or even alien megastructures? Honestly, none of these are good explanations to what is happening, which is why it's been dubbed the most mysterious star in our galaxy.
I was really happy when I found this one, because it actually ends quite nicely. What is Tabby Star? Is it what a lot of people believe it is? You know, an alien megastructure? Well, whatever that is. No, obviously it bloody isn't. But I am still happy with this Kickstarter's results. So basically this Kickstarter that is titled The Most Mysterious Star in the Galaxy is like candy to a baby for believers of aliens, UFOs and Cartman's anal probe. However, that's not the only type of individuals that this campaign intrigued, because the rest of the backers just wanted to know what was going on. You know, learn a little bit more about the universe that we live in. And that's exactly what this campaign did. So I ask again, what is Tabby Star? Well, this is Tabby Star. KIC 8462852, an F-type main sequence star located in the constellation Cygnus, approximately 1,280 light years from Earth. However, what makes this star extra special is its irregular light dimmings, better known as its flux. Plenty of other stars do this, but they don't do it as regular as this one. So what does that mean? Well, it obviously means that Tabby Star isn't a star at all, doesn't it? Like I said, it's obviously an alien megastructure. I kid. That's just one of the many theories behind the irregular dimming patterns. But I'm sure it really did help push this campaign over its $100,000 goal, when 1,762 backers pledged $107,421 so that Tabitha and her team could research it. So, what was the outcome? Well, it's definitely not aliens, and in that regard, the Kickstarter failed, hence why it's on this list. But now that those crazy conspiracy theorists are out of the picture, Tabitha and her team can continue to monitor the mysterious star's light dimming patterns. You see, after this campaign hit its goal on June 17th, 2016, the scientists were able to closely observe KIC 8462852 for a whole year. And during that year, the star dimmed 4 times, and their data shows that it happened during certain wavelengths more than others, which apparently wouldn't happen if it was a big object like an alien megastructure, because that would stifle its shine. But with all of this said, the case isn't completely solved, and there still isn't a solid explanation for the flux. However, strange stellar behaviour or clouds of comets and dust are, according to those brainy scientists, the most likely cause. Fair play to Tabitha and her team for helping us understand the universe that little bit more. She deserves an up high five. And for all those conspiracy theorists that was hoping for proof of an alien life form, for now, all I can say is you'll just have to settle for Pogs.
Remember Alf? He's back in pod form.
The tragic events of September 11 changed the world, and I'll never forget finishing my job at a local ice cream factory, hitchhiking a lift home, getting picked up by a random passerby who instantly said, "A plane just smashed into the World Trade Center." I ran home, turned on the news and saw that second plane hit live.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
Terrible.
I did not see a plane go in. That just exploded.
I just saw another plane coming in from the...
To this day, a memory that haunts me and something that I will never forget. Shortly after this tragic event, conspiracy quickly spread around it, and in case you've lived under a rock for the last decade or so, the main theory is that the Twin Towers didn't fall down just because planes hit them, but instead it was a planned explosion put forward by someone else. Crazy amounts of videos discussing this ended up surfacing online, including specially made movies, most of which are quite traumatizing to watch, especially for the families of the victims. And although I'm not here to side with any particular party, what I will say is that no matter what you believe, none of us know for sure, because none of us truly knows what happens when a plane of that size hits a building of that size, because this sort of thing, and I'm sure the comment section will correct me here, has never happened before to this magnitude. And because of this, it is my unfortunate pleasure to introduce September 11th Redux, the Indiegogo campaign by Paul Salo. What? Well, it doesn't look like much, does it? Damn right it doesn't look like much, because Indiegogo had the sense to step in and take it down. Why? Because this guy wants to recreate 9/11. So, looking on that Wayback Machine and a few videos on YouTube, we can get a nice glitchy look at what this crazy campaign was all about. Basically, for $1,500,000, you can help this happen.
The goal of the 9/11 Redux project is to impact a Boeing 767 on a structure similar to the World Trade Center in order either to debunk or confirm the various 9/11 conspiracy theories. We will drone convert a Boeing 767 so that it can be flown remotely. This technology has been available commercially for several years now and is technically feasible. The droned 767 will be piloted manually at takeoff, followed by a manually piloted chase plane. The chase plane crew will include a pilot who will remotely fly the 767 drone. Once the chase plane is in position, the pilots will remotely take control of the drone and then conduct some basic flight control tests. Once complete, the 767 drone pilots will parachute out of the aircraft. The remote pilot will then descend the drone and accelerate to the target impact point on the selected building. The drone will be fitted with a GPS guidance system to help guide the plane to the impact point. Several aviation engineers have confirmed that it will be difficult, if not impossible, for a Boeing 767 to hit its target accurately at the maximum impact speed of the official story at sea level. We only get one shot at this, so we need to make sure we get it right. It's impossible to replicate identically the World Trade Center towers without building them from scratch, so we will find a steel-framed building that matches as close as practically possible to the towers. Our aim is to match the impact parameters of the official story. For example, if we replicate Flight 175, then we'll aim to impact the building 29 floors below the roofline at a pitch angle of 6 degrees downward, a bank angle of 38 degrees left wing down, and an impact speed of 540 miles per hour. Then we wait and observe. Are any horizontal ejections visible during the collapse? Does any molten material appear?
You'd get down below and you'd see molten steel.
Do the black boxes survive? Do the passports survive? And many other observations. There are many family members of victims, first responders, and general public who have unanswered questions about 9/11. If the government won't answer them, then we will. Join us.
So many alarm bells are going off here. Firstly, the building will obviously not be the same size as the World Trade Center. It's not going to have the same weight due to the crazy amount of people that were inside the plane. What about the absolute exact entry of the plane? There's just so many things that they can't get exactly right, which in turn will obviously end up with even more conspiracy theorists saying the obvious. Well, it's not exactly the same as what happened on September 11th, so you can't add that. And you know what? They're right. All this campaign would have done is upset the thousands if not millions of people affected by this tragic event. Believe what you want, but this wouldn't have changed anything. So, obviously with the campaign ending early, there's no concrete way of finding out if it was gonna get funded or not, or how much was raised. But possibly more interestingly is the available perks on offer. You got the usual thanks for helping $1 goal, $25 to be found in the name of the credits when they document it, and $125 for a t-shirt. But then, it gets really mental. For only $1,000 you can get a chunk of rubble from the crash site, which they claim would be a great conversation starter. And for $5,000 you can get a front row seat to watch the collision happen from multiple angles surrounded by like-minded people. So yeah, there you go. September 11th Redux in a nutshell. A touchy subject, obviously for good reason. And honestly, I'm not here to point fingers, and I'm not stupid. I would like to think that all of my viewers and everyone involved in this campaign feel the same mourning towards this tragic event. And I do understand what Paul was trying to do. But if you want my opinion, recreating what is possibly the most horrific day in recent history, well, it's most definitely not the way to go about solving this. Hey there guys, thanks for checking out the Kick Scammer video. I want to give a big special shout out to all of my patrons, with a special shout out going to Ryan Burford, Andrew Dalton, Joe Lazarez, Ian A. Chapman, Phil Lowlands, Mike Fallon, Retro to Next Gen, Zane Powers, Gavin's got some money in his pocket and he can't get no love, Creamy Elephant, James Loveridge, Casey Garner, Blitz, Hedgie Ben Hall, Taylor Almond, Gemma at Mr. T-Shirt, Richard Carter, Fantastic Dizzy, Thunder Control, Conrad Constantine, Michael, Todd, Paul Float G, Petty Mew, Brian Warson, Leo and Sil, and of course, Tiago Piera dos Santos Silva. If you want to get on this list, see what I'm working on, see what other people are working on, share your content in the Patreon exclusive Discord chat, and plenty of other exclusive perks, then please click the link that you see on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whatever you prefer. And also, a big thanks to everybody that keeps sending me Kickstarter suggestions to my email. I really do appreciate that. That helps these episodes out quite a lot. But for now, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.